Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Today we're doing another energy reading. I'm going to play a voicemail that somebody sent in. So if you are a member of Next Level You, our online community, that is the library of guided energy work and meditations, you also have the opportunity to send in a voicemail if you would like to do that. You don't have to, but it's available there. That's how you can access it to get a mini reading on the show. So I am going to press play on this. Let's see what we have.
Hi, Christina. My name is. I wanted to share with you and the Next Level community how grateful I am for all of this guided energy work and how much more powerful I feel every single day doing it. My question is around involuntary body movement. So whenever I drop into my guided energy work or deep meditation, I notice that my body will quickly start swinging like a pendulum or head shaking, all kinds of different movements when I'm by myself, even after I've set the intention of the highest beings of light, love, good, and compassion. So my question is this normal? And secondly, I've been starting to notice it out in public start to creep in a little bit here and there, and I will gain control over it. But I'm still navigating and working through how to manage my psychic abilities. So what messages do you have for me around this, or any spiritual guidance you have? And thank you so much for everything you have done, and I hope to meet you someday in person. Thanks.
I love that. Okay. I'm gonna drop in for her. Wow. You have a very fun field. You have a lot of like fire energy. You've got a big field. You've got like there is a lot of movement. So I'm not surprised that you're having some of these body movements, and sometimes so that can be happening for a lot of different reasons. In terms of is that normal? It certainly can happen. So this happened a lot for me earlier on, and it happens for a number of different reasons. The main reason is going to be that there's a lot of energy running through your body and it just needs somewhere to move. So for some people, that's when they're channeling. You might notice that people are moving a lot. When I first was channeling a lot for the first couple of years, I was moving a lot, and I still do a little bit. When I'm alone, I'm pacing a lot. When I'm alone, I'm moving a lot more naturally just because I want the energy to flow. But even when you're just meditating, running energy, doing energy work, it is, and I don't want to say like anything is normal or not normal, but it certainly happens. And to give you an example, when I'm giving readings, when I'm doing energy work on people, I always tell people, I say, it's very common for people to twitch, for them to need to move, because there's a lot of high frequency energy moving through the body. So one can be that as you're attuning into a higher vibration, there's just a lot trying to ground in, and you're still expanding your energetic capacity in your body. Your physical vessel is still getting used to what that feels like. And so it can feel like there's so much energy running that it just, it moves you, or your head needs to move to work it out. The same concept as, if you have a really emotional day, how you might feel like, I just need to go on a walk. I just need to get the energy out, or I just need to go boxing, or I need to exercise. A lot of people use exercise to channel that energy that they feel building in the system. But when you are channeling more concentrated energy, it will need to move or get out right then. So that is one component of it. The other component of it can be when we are trying to, our vessels are trying to receive spiritual messages that our conscious mind or our voice box are not fully open to receiving. And so it's a way that our attention is, it gets our attention really intensely, right? So especially when we have a lot of heat energy and fiery energy, there's a lot of mental awareness and spiritual awareness. There's just like a lot going on. It can require sometimes stronger psychic indications to let us know, hey, something's going on. So to give you an example, for me, the big one was a lot of physical symptoms. I I used to have that. I still have sometimes, but not as much anymore because I'm consciously aware of it now, of the psychic message, where when I wasn't consciously aware of the psychic message, I might start talking to somebody and get super bloated, or I might start talking to somebody and get a huge rash up and down my arm, or suddenly get a massive headache. I would get these physical symptoms because a message was trying to come through. And so with these involuntary movements, it very much feels like a larger message is trying to move through you, that if you open up another part of that channel, so I would say connecting to your knowing or your hearing or even visuals, if you open that portal, it gives the energy a space to come through so you can get that intuitive message in another way. So like I said before, I don't need to get the same amount of symptoms that I used to because I can just hear it. But before, when I wasn't as open to my hearing flowing through, I would receive it as a physical symptom because that was the only psychic door that was open when I needed to get that message right then. So those are different components that can cause that. And as I just tap in, and I kind of want to reroute this a little bit. So a big thing that needs to be done is we need to open up. We just need to expand your field and like your body, because it's just so much energy. And I also want to just calm down some of the heat, because you can sort of overheat the system. So I'm just going to expand out your auric field, and this is something for you to focus on as well. We have there's a meditation in the membership about amplifying your magnetism, and so that'd be a good one for you. And just practice. Okay, we're just opening it up so that there's more room for the energy to flow, and then I'm just going to work on your body a little bit to attune it up. So okay, that's helping the energy run. You're definitely getting very visceral signals about where energy is open, right? When there's a part of your body that moves, it's telling you that channel is really active, energy is flowing. And your left arm. Wow, your left arm. I want to move some of the energy down the other half of your body, because it's almost like, because the circuits aren't fully aligned, and for a lot of people they're not, right? Like most of us, this is why we do this work. It's going to the energetic chiropractor. When energy is flowing, it's going to go into the open portals, but when there's a lot of energy flowing, it can almost over circuit those open portals, versus if we open up the full body. So your right side really, really needs to be open. Like all of the energy is flowing the left side. I'm literally overheating. Like I'd probably spasm too. I want to pull it into, wow, it's so interesting. I'm going to open that. You have such a distinct separation between your masculine and feminine side. That's an emotional thing. I want you to understand that they don't have to be so separate. There can be a lot of blending, and they can work together, and they can flow between each other. So can we allow that to happen in your energy body? Okay, we're going to start to move it over into your right side, giving your masculine side a little more flow. Okay, there we go. Wow. Okay, so when we open up this whole other half of your body, it's so funny for you. It's very orange. It's like very orange over here, and it's like this light blue. It's like it's like an electric blue by light blue, not like a baby blue. Very spicy, very fun, very like sparky. Some people have a bit more of an electric kind of circuitry, and you definitely have that. So that's fun, but it's like you need room. You need room for it to all flow, and I would practice like just running the energy down and out your feet just to facilitate the flow. But the more we move everything over here, and when you're meditating, I would practice running energy on your right side. It just needs a lot more kind of opening so that the energy can flow through. There is a large consciousness definitely communicating with you, and you can route this to be a lot more auditory or knowing if you desire. Wow. There's I'm going to reroute that. It feels a little too overshadowing for me. Can we clear that out? Okay. Because I want you to intentionally connect with source or creator, divine, God, whatever you connect with, and I want you to intentionally just plug into that. There's actually like a lot of energies that can communicate with you. I'm going to close up the back of your aura. Your aura is a little too open for, okay, better. Okay, so let's circuit into conscious hearing. That's where we want to circuit it. So you need to take 15 minutes a day to just psychically hear. You like, because that is what has to do to open the portal so that you can be clear with this and it's not short circuiting, because these messages are trying to come through for you like all day long and there's not enough room for them. A lot of times, and I'd be curious if you feel like you struggle with extra like inflammation or slow lymph, or it can be extra weight in certain areas for some people, because a lot of times when we have this, like so much information is coming through and there's not enough room, it can make our lymphatic system sluggish or our digestion sluggish because we're just backed up in our energetic circuitry. And so now that I'm opening this up, it feels a lot better. And now we're opening up the right side of the body and we have more movement. Okay, signals can go over here. Thank you. And I kind of want to adjust it. Okay, I just want to calm down the energy so it feels a little more flowy and it's a little less jolty, because it's this fire sparky energy, but I just want to move it a little bit. Okay, there we go. So it can feel more like some fun waves instead of the ocean is overtaking me and I feel like I'm getting moved by it, instead of I'm flowing with it and I'm swimming with it and it feels good. That feels a lot better. Okay. So too much energy, not enough space. We moved it into your right side. Practice it flowing in and out. Right now I feel good, but that's a habit as well. We can tend to just flow energy in certain directions and not realize it. Usually when I say things like that to people, they start to recognize, oh, I do that. And so I would pay attention, even with physical movement, how you can activate your right side a little bit more to bring more energy and awareness over there. And that's going to open up some more space. And then we really expanded out your auric field because you need more room, and that's going to allow more as well. But the more you're working with that conscious hearing of that internal voice, your internal guidance, the voice of the divine, the voice of creator, and you have that conscious time, 15 to 20 minutes a day, they're saying, have a journal, just allow it to flow, 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 flow. We've got to make some space for that, and eventually it's going to catch up so you're not short circuiting. But when you're out and about and you're feeling an intense energy, I want you to drop into your heart. I want you to drop in to your inner knowing. I want you to drop into your psychic hearing, and I want you to say, what's the message here? What do I need to know? And that's going to start to open up and unplug some of this space so that you can get clarity as well. That being said, what I do want to be clear about is there's nothing wrong as well with movements happening. It happens to me too all the time, definitely less now that I'm kind of attuned to it, but there's a lot of times just when I'm meditating, like things need to move. It's normal I need to move my hips, or I might kind of twitch a little bit, or like things are kind of moving. So there's nothing wrong with that as well. But if it feels like it's overpowering you to a certain extent, which I do feel like we needed to make that space, yeah, we want to look at our circuits. We want to look at what we're connecting in with. And yeah, you want to connect in with divine light, love, and truth. For you, I would actually just connect straight in with creator, source energy, universe, God, whatever you connect with. I would go right there and attune your field to availability for that, because that already just opened up the entire field for it to be clearer. I do feel like there's some energies knocking on your door that aren't like, working in the non-physical is like working, it's like 3D life too. There's all kinds of people walking around. It's not like everybody's bad or good. It's not that simple. But that doesn't mean we need to be clogged with information or messages all the time by everyone. And I feel like there's a lot of actually more like just neutral energies that are trying to get your attention. You definitely could very much connect in with I want to say mediumship space, but it actually, you could really connect in with like historical figures. That realm of the spirit guide is like very attuned for you. But I feel like everything feels a lot clearer and more open and more functional. Just connecting with creator. That's all we really need to do anyway. And yeah, it's going to open up a lot for you. Slow down and feel where it's coming from, and just have that intentional space, and it'll even out to a good place. Okay, feels complete for me. So hopefully that was helpful. Let me know in the comments below if you're watching on YouTube if this is helpful or if this resonates. I love doing these. I think it's helpful to see how other people are circuited, and you always pick up nuggets that are relevant for you as well. So that's it for today's reading. Thanks for joining in with me.